Have you ever noticed that we have spent years telling women to become Proverbs 31 women, but almost no one has actually taught us what the Bible calls her? Because here's what's surprising to me. The Bible never originally called her a Proverbs 31 woman. In Hebrew, she's actually called Eshet Chayil. And here's what's even more shocking. The word Chayil is the same exact Hebrew word that uses for warriors. It's used for mighty armies. It's used for powerful leaders and men of great strength. Think about it for a second. The woman that is often pictured as a Proverbs 31 woman as quiet, she's passive, she keeps the house clean, a woman that stays home, she's a stay-at-home wife, a stay-at-home mom. That's often described as the Proverbs 31 woman. But when you think about the word Eshet Chayil, the Hebrew word, it actually describes a warrior. I want to show you what the word actually means. Because I believe once you understand it, you'll never read Proverbs 31 the same way again. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jessica. I am on this channel to talk about faith, family, entrepreneurship, biblical womanhood, and building the life God has called you to have. Because I believe God didn't create women to just simply survive. He created us to steward. He created us to build. He created us to discipline. He created us to multiply. And that's exactly what a woman of Chayil is. Let's go ahead and open up our Bibles to Proverbs 31:10. And it reads, "Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies?" Most English translations say virtuous. Sounds beautiful, right? But if we stop there, we miss so much of what the original Hebrew is communicating. The Hebrew word is Chayil, and Chayil means strength, valor, might, competence, ability, resources, military strength, wealth, even also prosperity. It's a word that carries the scripture of someone capable of accomplishing difficult things, someone that is equipped, someone that possesses strength, and a woman that benefits everyone around her. Here's what really amazes me, okay? Throughout the Old Testament, the word Chayil isn't just used for women. It's used for mighty men. It's used for military commanders. It's used for warriors, armies, people who carried authority, people entrusted with a lot of responsibility. Just think about that. God chose that exact same word to describe the Proverbs 31 woman. He could have chosen a word that simply meant gentle or kind or quiet, but he didn't. He called her Chayil. And that, ladies, it changes everything. So why does our Bible say virtuous woman? The translators weren't necessarily wrong. The word virtue, especially hundreds of years ago, implied moral excellence and strength of character. But over time, our culture changed it and what we think virtue actually really means. Today, when people hear virtuous, they often imagine someone who's simply nice, polite, or passive. But that's not the full picture that God wanted us to have. The original Hebrew paints a woman who possesses both character and capability, fully capable of following the mandate God had given her. Holiness and strength, gentleness and courage, compassion and wisdom. She was morally excellent, but she's also incredibly powerful. One thing I absolutely love about Proverbs 31 is that this woman isn't afraid of work, which is what I love about Proverbs 31, because she purchased a field. She buys vineyards, she plants vineyards, she trades, she negotiates, she makes garments, she runs multiple streams of provision. She's managing resources, she's building wealth, creating opportunities, providing for generations, her lineage to come. This isn't about becoming rich for the sake of rich. It's about stewardship, providing everything, building the resources for her family that honors God. She's producing, she's multiplying, she's creating. That is Chayil. That is our biblical mandate as women. One of the biggest lies I've realized women have believed is that we have to remain soft. It's either we are soft or we are strong. It's never that we can be both. It's either we are nurturing or we are leaders. But of course, we cannot be both. We're either ambitious or we're humble. But how dare we be in the middle? Scripture never forces that choice. The Proverbs 31 woman isn't gentle instead of strong. She's gentle because she's strong enough to be. Jesus himself modeled this time and time again. He welcomed children, he washed feet, he showed compassion, and yet he confronted corruption, endured the cross, and defeated death. Strength under God's authority isn't harsh, it's submitted. And that is what Chayil looks like, a woman who is surrendered to God and therefore is fearless in her assignment. Maybe you have come to a place in your life where you have been shrinking yourself. Maybe you believe that pursuing business somehow makes you less feminine. Maybe you felt guilty for dreaming about building wealth. Maybe you feel like I'm called to build wealth and help families, but people may look at me a certain way because I know I'm supposed to be wealthy and have a lot of money. Maybe you wondered, can you actually be a devoted wife and an entrepreneur? Maybe you've questioned whether God actually wants women leading, building, creating, and multiplying. I want you to know something. If your ambition is surrendered to God, if your heart is submitted to Him, if your purpose is to glorify Him, don't ever apologize for the strength that He has placed inside of you. He didn't accidentally make you Chayil. He designed you that way. The Proverbs 31 woman, it isn't a checklist. It isn't a long receipt of things that hopefully you can prayerfully hope to be one day. She's a picture of what happens when an ordinary woman fully yields her life to God. She becomes courageous. She becomes wise. She becomes resourceful, a woman of resource. She's generous. She's strong. She's faithful. Not because she's trying to prove something, but because God empowers her on the daily. That's Chayil. That is available to every woman that says yes to Him. If this message encouraged you at all, I want you to comment the word Chayil down below because I want to know the one who's choosing to walk in the strength of God that He has already placed inside of her. And if you would like to continue studying this more with me, I'm excited because I've created a free guide called 15 Declarations for the Chayil woman. It's filled with biblical declarations rooted in scripture to help you renew your mind around God's design for women, stewardship, and kingdom wealth. The link is above. You don't want to miss it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. And I'm super excited because I want you to remember God didn't call you to simply be nice. He called you to be Chayil. And that is a woman of strength, courage, wisdom, and kingdom purpose. I'll see you on the next video.